Today on Fashion Guide, for the first time, the new genre in cinematography, the fashion film, is produced in Kazakhstan. Dior creates outfits that aren't just for people. This time, the fashion house dresses up a castle. Royal fashion, who dresses up the real princesses, and the style icons of the whole world in one photo project. Films by fashion brands are usually short, but they are full of luscious content, with extraordinary plots and stylish heroes. These mini-movies first appeared about 10 years ago, and today they are no longer intended simply as video advertising campaigns. They have developed into a wholly separate genre, the fashion film. Fashion films not only display new collections, but also tell a story and communicate the brand's philosophy. Quite recently, the Kazakh designer Aidana Kozageldina also made a fashion film. After having created the new collection, we realized that having such a concept might warrant a telling of why we make such clothes. Why does this cut have lean lines? Why do we have raw clothing? To better inform our clients, we made a film about a girl who wears such clothes without looking closely at them. The world in which she lives is more important to her. The mini-film, which was released by Aidana Kozageldina, has a mysterious and ambiguous quality. The heroine spends time in a spacious room with white walls and nothing but windows, sheets of paper attached to the wall and fur skins. It seems that she's a little mad, lonely, but at the same time, very happy. As the director of the movie Malik Zenger says, the story was conceived entirely through improvisation. The shoot took place in a high-rise building.
There are rooms there without any concerns, with circles upon circles. So if you turn the camera slightly in these unclear rooms, it appears to be a very different place. You turn around and everything becomes very different. So we decided to blur the space so that it was not clear where this is all happening. The place doesn't matter. This allows the audience to pay closer attention to the characters on screen.
In one scene, the model is seen playing with a piece of Scandinavian mink fur. This became a controversial point in the film. The designer explained that she expected the backlash from animal rights activists. She used the fur deliberately to try to send a message to fashion consumers.
Об этой философии нам рассказывал Copenhagen Fur. Я занимаюсь столько лет,
Copenhagen Fur told us about the philosophy of committing animal murder for so many years in order to produce a product. They explained that we have an understanding that when you grow something to use, you need to explain your actions and take the responsibility. And they took this responsibility for many years. And I also wanted to say that we have a responsibility for every action that we make, including our cut, texture, material, and the way we sell the clothes. Meanwhile, the appearance of Aidana Kozageldina among designers is often connected with fur. Winning the Open Way contest for young designers, she had a training at the Danish fur company, and these skins were a gift from her teachers. So we'll probably see fur as a theme in her new collection. When it is combined, fur is not used functionally for warmth, but made to bring out the aesthetic quality of the fur, as well as the second material that it is complementing. The theme of fur in the mini-movie hasn't provoked any response of indignation from the public yet. Instead, the Kazakh fashion fans are happy to boast of their first fashion film that was produced right here in Kazakhstan. Among the latest fashion movies from around the world, we would like to highlight a film by Stella McCartney. Its distinctive feature is a large number of unusual and even strange optical effects, though it's not surprising because the author and heroine of the video is an artist, Petra Kortrate, who is engaged in digital art and participating in numerous biennials. The basic of the surrealistic movie is the new collection by Stella McCartney, in which these effects are central. We have been told that the movie will continue in a new series. A castle dressed up by Dior. The famous Versailles castle, which is now under partial restoration, has been temporarily transformed by a huge canvas trompe-l'œil. The huge canvas hides one of the wings of the Versailles castle. The initiator of the idea was the fashion house Dior, which has collaborated with Versailles for many years and thus contributes to heritage preservation. The links between Versailles and Dior go back to the foundation of the fashion house in 1947. Seeking to restore some of France's glory after the dark years of war, Christian Dior quite naturally found in Versailles, its architecture and its wealth of details, a major source of inspiration for his work. The fashion house has used the residence of the kings to shoot many movies several times before. The canvas created by the artist Pierre de la Vie showed models wearing Dior Versailles-inspired dresses. The author of the canvas told us that he was given free rein over the project, and Dior's creations fit in perfectly with this environment.
We have collaborated with Dior on several works worldwide already. I was given free rein over the project, and of course, here, it was great to show these beautiful women who fit in so well with the environment. Anyway, I think there is a perfect adequacy between Dior and Versailles.
The image turned out more than realistic. Most of the tourists were even deceived by the optical illusion.
No, absolutely not, because when we were sitting there, when I looked closely, that's when I realized that it's a picture and not the actual structure. So it's very similar to how it would actually look like. So it's a fantastic job done there.
I think it's quite a success. Not only does it hide the works that are being done, but it also brings some entertainment. Aesthetically, it's beautiful. I did not know they were Dior models, but yes, looking at them more carefully, I see. I think it's very interesting.
Versailles has changed. We were here 27 years ago. It's changed a lot. With this, it gives me some grandeur of what it may have been like in the days.
Apart from Dior, two other donors brought support to the project. One was an outdoor advertising company, and the other a company specialized in large-scale fabric structures. The fashion of kings. British designer Cécile Renaud finds inspiration in the August Society. The fashion designer is known for making dresses for Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge. The fashion designer remembers how worried she was when her company began to receive orders from the princess.
We can't approach her. I think that's a little bit the etiquette, because so you have to wait to be chosen, and in our case she was placing the order pretty much like a regular customer, except the delivery address was Kensington Palace, which was quite exciting.
On the family photo in the house of her parents, as well as on the picture taken during a meeting with Barack and Michelle Obama, Kate wore a dress by Cécile Renaud. These pictures brought a little-known British designer a real-world success.
It really opens up for us the American market, which is notoriously difficult to get into. We have also opened up distribution in Japan, in China, so, you know, areas where it's quite hard to penetrate and export, and really the Duchess effect has been such that people have been knocking on our doors.
The designer calls the popularity that she enjoyed since then the Kate effect. Designers who become the Duchess of Cambridge's favorites immediately get more success and media attention.
I think she is playing a fantastic role at promoting British fashion. From the brand's point of view, but also she's kind of raised the antes in terms of the elegance, because she is so elegant. I think she's kind of pushed a lot of the average people to think, I need to be as elegant as...
Before Prince George came along, I mean, LK Bennett was identified as one of her favourite shoe stores. Reiss did exceptionally well when it was identified as being one of hers. I don't think Alexander McQueen has had any harm done by them designing the wedding dress and her regularly wearing their clothes for special occasions.
The fashion designer hopes that Kate Middleton will continue her preference for British designers, thus making their work known around the world and developing the industry in the country. There are a lot of fashion people. Stylish people are few, and those legislators of trends are practically singular. Carine Roitfeld, the famous ex-editor-in-chief of French Vogue, decided to unite the style icons of our times in one project. According to Carine, they are Linda Evangelista, Lara Stone, Lady Gaga, Penelope Cruz, Cindy Crawford, Eva Herzigova, Iman, and others. The project totals 19 superstar names. The author made a series of pictures from each of the heroines and united them under a common name, icons. It is remarkable that Carine Roitfeld conceived this project 30 years ago, and now at last she has been able to carry it out. That's all for today. There's always more fashion news waiting for you on Fashion Guide on the Kazakh TV channel.